Start. So factorizing difference of two squares. So what does it mean? Now let's expand this. We just did that today in the quiz. If you do a times a, you get a squared. But because it's a plus b, a minus b, there's a fast trick. What was the fast trick? B, difference of two squares. Yeah. So if I see two terms, a squared minus b squared, I could go reverse. Now what's the opposite of expanding? We're going to factorize today. So that means from the a squared minus b squared, we're going to write it as a bracket multiplied by another bracket. That's called factorizing. I turn a difference into a multiplication. And what do I put inside the bracket? Obviously, the stuff I just written before, a plus b, a minus b. That's it. Exact same thing in opposite order. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to reverse the order. Its difference is because I'm going from this difference to a product. Before I start from a product, become a difference. Get it? So before I expanded it, now I undo the expansion. That's what we're going to do, is to undo the expansion. Yes? Negative? No, that's a plus b, a minus b, like we did before. Yep. Exactly. Yeah, it is the exact same thing. Because why do we do it? Because we're going reverse. We're going reverse. This is the formula to factorize a squared minus b squared. I know, but what if I don't tell you? Say I start with a squared minus 4, what would it be inside these two brackets? So that's what you have to think about. Okay. Okay, so before I do that, let's get ourselves ready. Now, 4 is the square of what number? 2 square, yes? So, when we do the factorization, using the formula I just wrote, a plus b, a minus b, we're going to write x plus 2, x minus 2. Get it? Alright, so it's very easy to factorize difference of two squares, because all you have to do is to write the first term as a square minus the second term 4, which is 2 square. Whatever the number being square gets placed inside the bracket, x plus 2 or x minus 2. Alright? Okay, let's do another one. The next, what if it's not a square? Yes. So what we do is, I'm going to write it as 3a squared. Because when you square the 3, you get 9. When you square the a, you get a squared. Minus, what's 25? 5 squared. Good. Now what we're going to do next is, we're going to write it as a product. Alright, I'm going to ask someone else to give me the answer. Ask me, go. What do you say?
3a minus 5.
Thank you. Now, notice that I don't have to write the plus first. I could write the minus first. As long as one of them is minus, one of them is plus, it's okay. Because when we do, it's like saying a times b is same as b times a. It doesn't matter which order I write them, as long as I write one of them in the one of the bracket, the other one in the other bracket. Alright, any questions so far? It's pretty straightforward. So if you do, it's not? Okay, well, if it's not straightforward, then you have to do a lot of questions, then you feel that it's quite straightforward. Because it's easy when you do the exercise. When you get the practice, you find it's actually not as hard as you think. Okay, we still got 3 more examples to go through so that you will understand all. Alright, let's move on to the C. Alright, I'm going to ask another student, or actually anyone want to volunteer? Okay, Declan, how do you write the 81x squared? What would you do? No, you have to write it as something square. Yeah, so you have to write 9x squared. So make sure, see that 81 doesn't have a square. You need to put it inside a bracket square first. Then you do y squared. Okay, I'm going to ask Bianca. Can you please give me the answer? There's no penalty. Just give me, be brave, just like you do in sport. All right, what do you do? Very good. Well done. That's what you do when you become a champion, is to try things. Okay, very good. Let's move on to the next question. So it's very easy. Once you write it like this, it's very easy. Okay, all right, let's do the next one. The next one is a little bit tricky because 2 cannot be written as something square, isn't it? So what you do is, when that happens, make sure you factorize first. Factorize a common factor. What's the common factor between 2 and 32? 2. So write 2 bracket b squared minus what? 16, because 2 times 16 is 32. Okay, we got that. Then we'll have to do the next step. Then write 16 as something square. That's a b. That's why b. That's a b. B. Okay, 4 square. So write 16 as 4 square. Like that. Not yet. We have to do that thing first, right? Before we do difference of 2 square. So 16 is 4 square. All right. Yep. That's a bracket. Oops. It looks like it's a bracket. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, now I'm going to write, ignore the 2, keep the 2 in front, write 2 brackets. And let me ask another student, what? Because the 2 is there, I factorize the 2 out, the 2 stay there, right? All right. All right, I'm going to ask another student, look, what's inside these 2 brackets? Have a go. Yes? No? 4, yep. Yeah, easy. Thank you. All right. We did this hard question. There's one hard question we're going to go through. If you can do this, you are amazing. Okay, so let's do ye. That's a little bit more tricky. I want you to do it. That's my aim. I've learned this many times. I've taught this many times. I want you to get it. So you can also tell others about it when you get old. Or if you plan to become a math teacher. Okay, now. No, anything's possible. Anything's possible. Okay, now the first step, listen. The first step is to write 4 as something square. Maybe you give me the answer, Kyle. Something square becomes 4. Just tell me. Tell me what number square becomes 4? No. What square becomes 4? 2. So you write 2 square. Good. You got the first step right. Very good. Okay, now we're going to do the next step. Now the next step is going to be a little bit tricky. Now, you have to see things as one thing. So even though there's 2 terms, you have to see it as one term, like one thing. Right? X plus 1. No, x plus 1, you have to see it as one thing. This is, so what you're going to do is this. I'm going to draw rectangle and a circle. Now, why do I do this? Now, watch this. I'm going to write, watch, if I write a squared minus b squared, we know it's going to be a plus b, a minus b. Agree? Now, this is not limited to pronumeral. I could change this to shapes. So instead of writing a square, I write rectangle square minus circle square. Guess what would that be? A rectangle minus the circle and a rectangle plus the circle. Agree? Yeah. All right, so it works with shapes. So we're going to do it with the shape. All right, now let's do it with the shape. Watch this. Yep. All right, how do you know you got it right way? I haven't even finished. But if you can, actually, no, you just, I'll do it here again. Rectangle plus the circle, rectangle minus the circle. Yep, and then, say again, x plus 1 minus 2 and x plus 1, no, x1 plus 2. There's 1 minus 1 plus. Okay, yep. Yeah. So that means, see that rectangle is going to contain x plus 1. Right? What's inside the circle? 2. So write 2 there. Get the idea? So you have to see that as one term. Now, after this, you can collect like terms. What's 1 plus 2? 3. So write x plus 3. What's 1 minus 2? Minus 1. So write x minus 1. Get the idea? So that's the hard part. Knowing that x plus 1 as one term. Like you write x plus 1 here, x plus 1 there, and then put 2 over here, put 2 over there. Any question? That could be a hard question in your test, yes. In the next topic test you're going to get. So if you, next topic test, which will happen maybe in a few weeks' time. So make sure you do the homework to avoid disappointment. Look, okay, this is good. All right, let's finish. Okay, thank you. After I type in, I'll give you the test. All right. Yes. Did you